Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So today it's actually a very nice house indeed. So we've actually got something a little bit different. So we've got a dual Hager board, which I'll show you shortly, that we're actually fitting the biggest fuse box board, a twin stacker, to date. So I've fitted Hager versions of this before. Very good, but we're going with the fuse box on this particular job. There is a lot of construction work going on outside. There is a very swanky garage being built, but we'll show you a bit, potentially a bit around that later on if possible. Just got to make sure that I get the green light for that. But yeah, so if you're new to the channel and you haven't yet subscribed, please make sure you do so. Links in one of the corners. I think it's this one. I'm going with this one. Give us a thumbs up if you like the video, and yeah, let's show you the board. Okay, so we've got this Hager twin board. Okay, so it's 90s-ish, something like that perhaps. So the idea is, so we've got our meter tails coming in here, we've got a gate supply which we're going to sort out, because I'm going to put a rotary isolator down here somewhere, because it's a bit of a pain with all the construction workers that are coming and going here. At the minute, to keep the gates open, we're having to turn it off at the board, which is a bit of a pickle, and it's a bit annoying because you have to climb up and all the rest of it. There is PV here as well, so we've got solar upstairs, which is what this lot is all for. So my idea is that I'm going to strip all this off, mark everything up, get our new board in, dressed in semi-nicely, if that makes any sense. Then I'm going to rattle around doing all the testing. That is my plan, because I'm limited with time, because obviously the client needs to work later on this afternoon. So I want to make sure I crack on and get as much as this done as possible. So previously there used to be 2 electric showers here. So a little while ago when I first came round and the job was signed off, I got the client to turn those off, because we weren't sure, and the client was actually saying, I don't think we actually got electric showers anymore, so which is great. So they've been off for all this time. Now, they may have been disconnected behind the board, I don't know, we're going to find out together. But they've not been causing any issues, everything's all still working, so we're all hunky-dory on that one, so we're going to get rid of those. So, but you know what it's like, if we take this cover off, there might be a massive cables that are all jammed in and all the rest of it, so we don't know. There is going to be future plans for this property as well. We've got an extension going on over there. Obviously we've got the build over here, and there is talks of further work. So this is hence the reason why I've put in such a large board on, because there's nothing worse than the customer then paying for a board just to get it through and make it all nice and pretty, and then going, oh actually I want all this work, I need an additional board. So it's a bit of future planning. So yeah, so what I'm going to do is we'll get all this covered up. Everyone's been told that the power's all going off, so I'm hopefully that everyone's all okay about it, which everyone seems sound at the minute. So we're going to rattle that through and get cracking. Okay, so board covers off. As you can see, it's a little bit of a bird's nest, in fairness. So my plan now is I've isolated the supply coming in. So what I'm going to do is now number all of these, work my way through, same at the top, and then I'm going to strip everything out, straighten everything up so I can know what's what. So this one here is my armoured supply for the gates. Now I don't think that's going to be terminated correctly at the bottom looking at that. So yeah, so the good news here is the client's actually really cool, so it's nice to actually been able to chat and go, yeah, we need any help, you know, so he's interested in things, so that makes a huge difference on a house of this size. So yeah, so I'm going to strip all that out now, and then I'll show you once I've got all that off. Okay, so, sorry it's a little bit dark, but basically we had a bit of a chat with the client and stuff, and we've gone for the biggest one that Fusebox do for domestics. So it's a 29 way. So a 29 way board. So there you go. Yeah, so basically it's the 29 way board that we've installed, or installing. So bringing the cables through, I always do it in this way. So I always try and get it as in the right positions where I can do. I always tape round to make sure it's nice and easy to bring the cables through. We've had to jiggle a little bit around lower down, so I'll take care of that bit a little bit further on. So what we're now starting to do is get all my RCBOs on in here. So yes, this board is too big for the house right now, but like I say, there's loads of future planning going on, so this is why it is so big. So the client was saying that I'd rather have too big than having to change it at a later date when we're putting all these additional works and stuff going on, which is fine, makes more sense to me. So what we're doing is now trying to dress all these in. I'll get these top load in because this is where all the sockets are, and at some point this afternoon the client does need to get some power on because he's got a meeting. So under the cosh a little bit, to be fair. So I'm going to rattle these on, start dressing these in. Sorry I haven't been able to show you a little bit more, but I've also had a little wander around the new build bit and it's really exciting. So I'm hoping, if possible, I've got to get it cleared from the site manager, whether it's okay to show you that as well. But just wanted to give you a bit of an update. So the rotary on here is for the PV. So we're going to have CTs mounted on all this as well, so which is great. But yeah, so busy trying to get it all sorted. So yeah, so I'm going to rattle through, get all my RCBOs in, and then when I'm partially dressed in, maybe do the top and have it and show you at the bottom. So give me 2 minutes. So this is what stage we're at right now. Okay, so we've had a bit of a longer chat and stuff with the client. So it's delayed things, fine, not a problem. Haven't got an issue with that. It's been actually a pleasure to talk to the client about what we're going to do moving forward and all that sort of stuff. So ready for the EV. This one's ready for the building, which I'm going to show you in a second. I've also now put the rotary in for the electric gates because they didn't have any means of isolation that was even easy, because what they used to have to do is climb up on a stool and then turn it off at a breaker and all the rest of it. So this little arrangement up here, I'm going to sort that tomorrow. That's all to do with the solar, but they've cut out the CPC and joined it, and it's all a bit of a mess, so I've got to sort all that out tomorrow. There's CT clamps as well that we need to sort out for the solar stuff as well. And once we've got all that stuff sorted, I'll then fire seal all the relevant holes and all the rest of it. But there's also something else we've got to sort out planning wise. So we've had to take the washing machine out and tumble dryer so we can get underneath. So underneath here, hopefully you can see it. So underneath here we've got our main tails coming through. So that cable there is actually the gate, so we've got to sort that lot out. So that one there, so we're going to sort that. Another one that's been cut off, that was a previous EV installation that was here. So I've got to take care of all those, and obviously I've got hot and cold running across. So yeah, and then seal all that. But where the EV comes in, I'm going to take you outside and show you. Okay, so this is what I was saying. Now we were actually outside. We just jumped down here. Right, so meter cupboard, for obvious, all intents and purposes. Obviously my tail switch was just showing you has come through the other side. So this is the hole for the original EV, which then it's got like a whisker box which is around here somewhere, maybe even a little bit further down. So not going to use that. So this cable here, this armoured, runs all the way over to the new garage that's being built. So obviously another company's put all that in, all the ducting, as you can see, goes all the way through there. So being the nice person that I am, what I'm going to do, so remember where the gate comes through? So somewhere around this vicinity here, I'm going to put a core drill through that's then going to take this one and my new EV and potentially another cable later on down the line. Not to put this in, but I've already put the RCBO in for the other electrician because I'm not down to do that. This is not a build that we're doing. Wanted to do it, but we didn't because of timings and all that sort of stuff. But that's actually a prefab steel building, so I'm going to show you that, but I'm going to do a full video on that anyway, just to show you a different concept of how things are being built here. So the idea is that the armoured Ultra EV is going to come down along there, it's going to come here, go inside into the garage, and then we're going to be mounting The EV, we're going to go with the Zappi here, so that's actually going to be going up here, but obviously we're going to try and minimise the cable that's on show, which makes life a lot better. So yeah, so that is the job where I'm at right now. I'll quickly show you this. How cool is this? So this is going to be a garage. So garage in here, and this is like a wood workshop styley. Upstairs office, 2 offices. There's also a bathroom upstairs and a kitchenette area and all the rest of it. But I will do a video on this. I've had permission from the homeowner, and the really cool thing about it, obviously there's a site manager and all the rest of it here. He's been really cool actually, so I've explained what I do and all that sort of stuff, and you know, we've got to work together and play nicely. So everyone's all on board, so it's actually turned out to be a really nice job. So this is the other end of the armour. The other electricians come in. Now I presume that he's going to be mounting his board here, and you've got water mains coming in and waste all at this point. So all nice to be all getting on and playing nicely, isn't it? So yeah, so hopefully you've enjoyed the video. So for me, this is probably going to be a 3-part video. So for me, coming back tomorrow, I'm going to be doing a full test on the house. It's a big 5-bedroom house. With all various different bits and bobs. So we're testing that. We've got the EV charger on another one, and then we might be able to do a little bit of a special on this. So I'm going to you never know, you might be able to get the site manager to have a little talk about how he's gone about building this, but cool, isn't it? So thank you very much for watching. Like I say, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you do so. Links in, I think it's this one. I always say one or the other, but I think it's this one. Make sure you hit that and give us a thumbs up if you like it. And we'll catch you on the next one. Cheers, guys.